My dear fellow listeners and viewers, today I would like to remind ourselves how important it is for us to try our very best to teach ourselves, to teach, people around us, whether that be friends, family, people in the community, at the church, and whatnot, to really utilize their own individual skills so that they can maximize their potential. Not necessary to become a millionaire or anything of that kind, but so that they can sustain themselves. I'll tell you why. We live in a very tough time right now. There's no question about that. The pandemic, of course, makes it more challenging for a lot of people. Also, on the other hand, though, there are a lot of people that are profiting from the pandemic, like, and usually the rich people. So the rich people basically gets richer and so on. But the point of this video is to really remind ourselves how important it is for us to make sure that to do our part rather, and if you're watching and listening, you want to make sure you're doing it for yourself and the people that you know. It is so crucial for us to teach ourselves a skill. Very important. I'll tell you why. The, there is always need in this world. That's just how that's how things are, and we try our best to kind of try to try to close that gap and so on. The problem is if we don't teach people to learn a skill where they can maximize their potential and contribute to the community and to society and so on, we are really doing a disservice. I'll tell you why. Obviously, if we are in a position to give somebody something, there's nothing wrong with that. So I can give an individual $100, you know Canadian dollars. I can give them $100, so it doesn't matter. That's just an example. I can give them $100 today. A month from now I can give them another $100. A third time, I can give them another $100 and so on. But the thing is, if we find ourselves continuously having a need where we have to continuously reaching out, or if we are in a position where we have to continuously give, and not really go a little bit further to to try to figure out and dig a little bit deep, is what I'm trying to say here, to try to find out why is it that there's that need, right? Many of us tend to do the easy pieces, right? So it is easy for me to give a $10 here and there. We all do that, every now and then and so forth. But what are we actually doing is what I'm trying to say, right? With unfortunate situation, of course, contributing for that temporary fixing, it's okay. But I'm talking about long term, right? We need to dig a little bit deeper to kind of figure out why is it that people don't have enough food to eat. Why is it that people are homeless and so forth? Does it mean that we have to involve the government? Does it mean that we have to dig to see what they're doing? Does it mean that we have to vote differently next time? Does it mean that we ourselves have to take on some leadership role, whether that be you know um, whether that be any kind of political role or leadership role where we can actually make the changes necessary so that we wouldn't have as many people hungry anymore. So those are the kind of things we have to start to do, because we tend to do the shortcut and the easy way, where we easily donate money here, we donate money there and so on. And it's not a bad thing, don't get me wrong. But the thing is, I question myself sometimes, like, what is it that are we actually doing? Are we helping, or are we contributing to the problem? I think that we, in one sense, we are contributing to the problem. I'm a social worker, by the way, so I get it, and I understand that some people will need that financial help regardless what, for a variety of different reasons, right? Everybody has different circumstances, and that's we are aware of that, and that's something totally different. But I'm saying, if we are not utilizing people's skills, or if we are not teaching people a trade or something simple, or allowing them to recognize their own potential so that they can go out and they can be independent and earn and do the things that they want, then what are we actually doing, right? And so, I mean, I can do 1,000 hamper a month. I can do that. I have people, we can do that. But then I question myself again, like, what are we doing? What happens when that hamper runs out, right? And so I really hope that For those of you who are watching, and listening, you will get what I'm saying here. And so this video is not to put anybody down. That's not the point. It is educational. It is really to address some of the pieces that we are seeing, because sometimes a lot of people work in the blind spot, meaning that they're doing things from their heart. They're putting in lots of energy and all of that, not knowing that they themselves, are contributing to the problem. So that's the purpose of this video here. Really you know think about the purpose of giving. When you give somebody something, right, it is okay, right? Second time, third time, fourth time, and so on. But if we have to continuously give that person that thing, so that they can survive, it means that we need to dig a little bit deeper. We really have to start to do things different. That's for sure. Because that's the easy thing to do. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of people don't do it, right? Because it's easier for people to just do the easy part, give a little bit of a donation here and there, offer people little base things here and there. But a lot of people wouldn't go a little bit deeper to try to understand why is it that we are in this big mess. Even politicians who are getting paid lots of money, they don't, not all of them actually, dig a little bit deeper to kind of figure out why is it that we are in that kind of situation. And this is an issue. It's an issue, and all of us need to play a role. And so that reminds me of the old saying that it is so important to teach somebody how to fish rather than give them a fish. And please do not misunderstand me here. A lot of people need that fish right now, and because of the difficult situation. But in the meantime, we must have a plan where we are teaching people how to fish, so that way, things will be better for them in the long run. Think about what I'm saying here. And please do not take this video personally, because we know that there's always a better way. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. My name is Narine Dat Sookram. Wishing you a great today and even a better tomorrow. I'll talk to you soon.